Alright, welcome back to Scott Traders Up. I believe you guys are good and you're all doing great. Alright, so as usual, today we're a bit late, so let's start off right into it. Let's pray and then head over to our daily routine of the analysis. Father, we thank you for this beautiful morning. Thank you. It is a Tuesday. And we are ready. We are ready to receive what you already prepared unto us today in as far as trading is concerned. Thank you for the signals. Thank you for the entry and the exits. Thank you for the profits we are making today. Thank you for yesterday's success and profits that we made. Now, as we look into today's analysis, we know that you're giving us the knowledge and the ability to take on every single trade that you give unto us. We give you praise and we give you all the honor. In Jesus' name we've prayed. Amen. Alright, go ahead and like today's stream if you can. If you can't, go off, of course. It's understandable. Can't force you. But thank you for joining. Thank you. If you can, go ahead and, of course, share the link to as many people as you can. So let's now head over to Crash 500. Alright, so Crash 500. That's what we're looking at. So yesterday, those who remember, I was looking for this. We had two opportunities that we were looking at on how to enter this. We were looking for this or a straight breakout and continue with the buy. So this did not happen, so I didn't share the entry for this because it didn't give me any entry right here. So I waited. When it made this retest, I entered there, and that's how I took on this Crash 500 yesterday. And clearly it even went ahead and broke that resistance up there and continued. Right as we speak, it's now running around this level right here. That's where we can see it currently. So that is how that's how I hope those who followed the analysis, you got your entries to make this money yesterday. Yeah, that I did right there. So that was yesterday. Now I can delete everything right here. It's not necessary anymore. Delete all that, delete this, delete that. Now let's look at today. So this is H1, that is H4, that is daily, okay, that is weekly. So remember, we are looking for a retest. This is a plan according to daily and weekly. Just a retest right there to take us all the way down later on to bring us into sales again according to the weekly time frame. Now according to daily, of course, we've started the buy. We need it right there. That is a fair value gap right there. That is a point of interest we are looking at testing. Going to H4, we didn't have any change of character at all. The previous low, lower high is this one right here. That is a previous lower high. So one may say that is where we have a change of character, but it's a bit weird, so I wouldn't look into that. So I would just go to H1, look at what we have. That's what we had yesterday on H1. So clearly, now that we've reached there, I would anticipate a pullback, because that is not just going to like that break out there and continue. So you will anticipate a retest probably back to this order block. Yeah, probably back to that order block according to H4. Yeah, that is one that is on 61.8. It may even come just around there, so that is what we may look at. There's a fair value gap before a 61.8, so there's a lot that it can do. So my anticipation will be retest there or down below or even up on 50% there, then we get into the buy again. So that's what I'll be waiting to see. But as of now, I don't have an entry, so I will wait for that. So now that we know that we will be looking for this, we need H1, not even H1. We may find when it is already selling on M15, and it is already selling. So it means if it breaks here, we will be entering our sales. If it breaks there, remember H1 is still in a buy trend, but M15 is overbought, and we need to look at this retracement to come around this level. So if it breaks here, then we'll be entering sales to take us right here, and then enter buys to take us all the way up. So for now, I will leave this on M15. I would have entered now, but it's a bit tricky where it is. It's a bit tricky, so I will just leave it for some more minutes before I can make a decision to enter. Alright, so that's crash 500 for us there. Boom 1000. Those who remember yesterday, first give the name right here. Boom 1000. So yesterday, we knew it was going there. That was a TP, and why? This is the reason why. According to daily, this was the reason why we had a flag. That was a flag. So this is the TP right there, and clearly you can see it went all the way there. The second, we may not see it. This second TP, it's not going to happen. But as of now, we have the first TP hit right there. So now we no longer need that. We no longer even need this. We can delete it. And now go to H4, delete that. We need the pullback right here to come here. This is on H4. H4 is overbought, and it has given us sort of like a neckline. Those who normally use necklines, but I'll be anticipating a change of character right here now that it has gone up. According to where we are, if I go all the way to H4 and I do this, we don't have a previous data to actually use. So all we can do is use the previous high, and it's holding up. It's not allowing any price to go above it. So all we now need is a sell. I can choose to enter sales now according to H1, and that will be like a sniper entry, but I can also wait. I actually entered the buy yesterday, although it was even very short. This is the buy that I took yesterday. Where is it? Yes, this was the buy. It took me out here when it returned into, when it went back to retest, and then it continued to reach our TP. Then after that, I immediately entered sales and took my profits right here. Of course, I was using 0.7, yeah, and this is big money on Boom 1000. From there to here, it is big money, or when you're using 0.7. So that's how I made money before I slept. Yeah, but right about now, we are looking at sales according to H4, H1, let's look at M15. M15, it is in an uptrend. Why are we in an uptrend? This is a change of character right here on M15, and this was a higher high, higher low, break of structure there, higher high, higher low, failed to give us a higher high here, so it is coming down. So if it takes out this higher low, then we'll be changing back to sells. We'll be changing back to sells. You get that? You need to understand your market structure properly before you make a mistake. So that will be a change of character. If it gives us a change of character, that will mean that it is now aligning with what we have on H1 and H4, clearly to be aligning with what we want on those time frames. So what do we do now? If I go to H1, I have my trend line right there. Can bring out my trend line, and then also somehow have this also drawn right there, and just wait for whatever this asset has in store for me. Just wait for whatever it has in store for me. That's how I will wait. So on M15, that's what I will wait for. So if it breaks out here, this trend line actually should be down right here, and this one right there. Yeah. Alright, so it should be like that. So I have my trend lines right there drawn. My two trend lines right there drawn. So all I need is a breakout. Then if I can see a retest candle on M15, that will be enough for me to make an entry to sell this asset all the way to this trend line down below. All the way to this trend line down below. That is what I'll be waiting for. So until then, there's nothing I can do about this. I can't enter. If I enter, it means I'll be risking a lot. I will have to put my stop loss all the way up. Even sometimes you may need to put it all the way up there, because it may want to come for the early sellers right about here. It may look for those early sellers above there, looking for that liquidity pull up. But for now, all I need is just a small pullback, probably right here. When it starts to sell and then pull back there, then I'll be entering my sell. My TP will be here, of course. I'll not wait for it to touch the trend line. I just take it right here and call it a day on Boom 1000. Alright, so that is it on Boom 1000. Now we can head over to Boom 500. This was very slow yesterday. Of course, even these were slow, but they are moving. Yeah, they moved a little bit. Yeah, this is yesterday, from here to there yesterday, and then it made even a retest on the same day. So that's how it moved yesterday, Boom 1000. But then Boom 500 was very, very, very slow. Look at that. Let's have its name right here, Boom 500. If you don't mind, please go ahead and like the stream. Give me those thumbs up. It will help me out on the YouTube algorithm to be what? To notice us and push us. All right, so this is H4. Let's start from weekly. So this was weekly. We are looking for sales, and of course sales started, but we haven't gotten any significant pullback. We never got any significant pullback at all. So we are on that. It's an order block, and one can say now it is a support since price is holding up there. It's now a support. So according to David, we need buys. That's what we need, so that we can confirm that the buy has started to give us a pullback all the way up there. All right, so go to H4. H4, we had started the buy there, then came back down again, and now we need the buys to start. So forget about what you're seeing on CCI. Price is not likely to come down again because of daily time frame. So if we go to H4, H4 is already oversold. I mean H1 is already oversold, meaning I can delete all this. This is what I wanted yesterday so that I can enter, but it had low momentum. It actually came later. And let me first explain about yesterday. When it gave us this fake breakout, I made an entry, so it again took us. It took me out immediately. It wanted us to have our stop losses all the way above there, but that was way too much for us. So anyone who made another entry right here would have made money, would have made enough money for the sale that we were looking for. But then after even that, look at the momentum that followed. It was just there, very slow. It was not moving. We wanted it to come all the way down below to at least give us some money. But then it retested here, went again to that same order block. It became a support right there, and then it came again down. And this time it at least went a bit low compared to the first time right here. So yeah, of course I made another entry, but it was not that much of making money. I think it was around here, so I don't remember even. So but what I'm saying is Mondays are always very slow, and as we can see on Tuesday, it's still a bit slow with this very asset, so it may actually gain momentum like on a Wednesday or Friday, or on Thursday. So but as of now, we don't have what to do. We have to analyze it and look at what it is doing before we can think of anything. So yesterday's analysis was simple. Fake breakout, then sell, grab liquidity on this order block, or come back to that fair value gap, and of which it's why it came back to right here, right there. This was a fair value gap all the way down here. But did it even? Yes, actually it did. So that was a fair value gap right there that it reacted to on that level right there. That was the same fair value gap here. So that is why it reacted back to. It didn't come all the way here, and then from there we were looking for buys to take us all the way up. So that's what we want to see. So delete everything right here. Alright, so this, remember, this is, one may say according to higher time frame, this can be a weak support according to higher time frame, probably H1 and H4. But then looking at what we have here, one can clearly say now that is some sort of a range, or a channel, because of this up and forth like that. So one may say it's a range. And clearly, if H1, we are looking for buys, But then if it becomes a channel, that will clearly tell us that we are actually going to continue with a sell. So let's go to H4 and look at that, and H4 will be confirming the sell. So we are no longer looking for a buy right here, we are going to be actually looking for a sell. So this sell is exactly this very move right there, and that's what we'll be looking for. So whatever you're doing, please don't look for buys. The buys will be just a fake breakout to take your money probably. Yeah, that is what I'm looking at. According to M15, we are selling, so there's nothing like anything to do with buys. So right here, according to M15, I would be actually looking for sells, and clearly M5 will be supporting me on that. Let me see if it actually touched this order block. It did. So right there, I should be entering my sell, but all I need now is a pullback and price to be below my 10 MA, and that will be enough confirmation for me to sell this asset from where it is here. So for now, I will wait for that and then enter my sells. That is boom 500. That is going to be boom 500 for me. So let's see. Yeah, M1. Yeah, I need a pullback. I can actually leave it on M1. Once I get a spike, immediately I will be entering my sells. So this will be a sniper entry if I happen to get the exact moment when it spikes. So I will need someone right there from you guys to keep on checking on boom 1000, on boom 500, to wait for the spike. Once the spike happens, please let us know in the comment section so that we make that entry on boom 500. All right, let's now head over to Volatility 25S. This was we made an entry yesterday. Of course, first thing we knew it was going to come to this, but then from there we thought actually we will get like a pullback. This was a fair value gap. We thought we'll get like a pullback before it can continue to sell. The only pullback that we saw was this. It came back to this fair value gap right here, right there. This is the only pullback we saw. So after that pullback, this one was no longer valid, so it went all the way into sells. And those who are on Signal platform, you know that we made that money. You know exactly that we made that money. I hit my target. I went off on the first TP right there, but it went all the way to this level, and then we started to see a pullback. But now where we are, we should be getting into the second entry. We should be getting into the second entry. Remember, this is volatility. This is vol 25 1S. This is vol 25 1S. So from where we are, this is H1. We've started to sell, so I want to first take off that, delete this for now. We'll have it again later. This can be taken out. Pull back after change of character right there. So if this is the case, M15 should be selling. Let's confirm that. Not yet. M15 is not selling, not yet. But this is the case. If it breaks this level right here, then we are selling. If it breaks this level right here, immediately I'll be entering my sells and putting my stop loss right above this high. But if it doesn't come, then it will go and test these other levels. We still have this fair value gap right there. We have that order block right there. that order block. We have a lot around that level. I had my limit order right there yesterday. Those on VIP, you know that I showed you the reason why I put that limit order. All I need is now a confirmation. Of course, H4, I need to sell. Yes, it is selling. Even H1 is selling, but now it reached on the retest. So we started to see that retest. I want a confirmation of entry on M15. If I get it, then I'll have nothing to worry about. I'll be entering this asset all the way to bring it all the way down below. According to H4, this would be my second TP right about there. My first TP, of course, would be here. Then second TP all the way. You can see all these are points of interest we are waiting for to actually have and taken out. Of course, according to daily, this will be like a retest according to daily time frame. But remember, we are within this pattern. According to weekly, we need it to come right here. But according to daily, this will be like a retest, and this retest, if we use fib, is going to come around where? It means we are coming around these levels right here, right there, yeah, right about here, right about there. So that's where price will be coming. Then continue with the buy according to daily. Then after that, then the sales come in and take us all the way down below. So for now, we focus on what we have on H4 and then wait. First take off that fib, take off the fib, go to H4, and that's where we'll be anticipating price to come back to. So I can delete this, leave that. Yeah, that's it. So M15 is what will give us an entry. So from what we see, according to what we are looking at on CCI, it's likely to come to the fair value gap or to the order block right here. So let's wait and see what happens right there or right here, the fair value gap. Then we come with our sales. So that's what we'll be waiting for. If we get this, or if it makes the retest and comes down, this is another entry like that, then there's nothing that can hold us back. There's that option of going back there and then comes down and fails to go up there, because this is where we have our change of character according to H1 right there. Yeah, but then on H4, this is where we'll have our change of character right here. So it's a bit tricky, but we'll wait for whatever it gives us to actually go with. So for now, no entry. We will wait on M15. Alright, V75, volatility 75. I don't know if you guys always make money. Lately I find myself busy that sometimes I actually fail to share some of these analysis on the WhatsApp channel, but I will do better. I'm hoping to do better. So yeah, let's just keep praying for me that I just get some free time to do a lot of things that I need to do. Alright, so this is V75. Hope I've written the name. Alright, please don't forget on Boom 500. Don't forget on Boom 500. Oh, it has happened on Boom 1000. We were waiting on Boom 1000. this is not enough for me on Boom 500. On Boom 1000, not really something I'm looking for. Not really. Oh, actually it was. I should have entered. Let's see. M1 is not really yet there, so I will just wait a bit on M1. I put on Boom 1000. Then this one still not yet. So still not yet to give me what I need. So I will wait still on this. So no entry. Let's get back to V75. So V75. Somehow we have that weak resistance up there according to H1, and we saw that was like a breakout, but then that tells us to change our trend line and have it drawn like that, so that's how it is. Now if we have it like that, then it tells us that the current H4 candle has started as a sell because we are already on the new H4 candle. So the sell has started right there according to H1. According to H4, the sell candle has also started. Remember, we've been selling according to H4. No, not actually. We've been in an uptrend. According to H4, but according to H1, we are looking at reversing that and heading back into sells. So let's first go to weekly, daily. Daily, we need a sell to come around. We need a sell. This is a rising wedge, so we need a sell to come around. And once we get a sell, then once we head to that level, we can see a pullback, then continuation of the sell. Then later on, buys according to weekly, because we are still in a buy trend. But now this will only be according to daily. All this move that we are looking at on over sell will be according to daily time frame. Alright, H4 sales are on. Do we have an entry? First delete this. Oh yes, yesterday, this is H1. So yesterday, remember I was analyzing and I told you no, it's no longer going to sell. We are actually going to continue with the buy. Those who remember that, that is what happened. It continued to buy, and that was a TP right there. TP was hit and continued and gave us a fake breakout up there, tested, went back, and now we are coming stronger with sells. This is how I made the entry. First took me out, but it continued right there. You remember the sell that I first did here, while we were on the analysis, and I immediately closed it, having seen what I had, what was on M15. Yes, it was on M15 right there. So that's how I closed out and actually entered buys later on. It took me out on my profits in my selling profits, but it continued later on. So that's how the trade went. So now I can easily delete all this. Those who missed yesterday's analysis, go and check it out and know why we actually continued with the sell. As we speak, M15 is showing us sells, but then we have some kind of a pattern that we can actually use and take advantage of. Let's look at it, understand it, and then look at what will come through. Alright, so all we need is a breakout right here. on M15. H1, we're having it like that. H4, it's a straight sell. I can easily enter my sales right here on H4, but that means my stop loss will be big. It will be up there. But from what we can see on H1, it's like 20% or 10 for price to come back all the way up there. It's like 20% for price to come back all the way up there. So right where we are, I can easily make my entry. M5 price is below my 10 MA. On M1, I've seen that would be something significant right there. So I need a pullback. What point of interest have we left back? It's this fair value gap. On M5, anything? Not really. So I would look at something like that, or that fair value gap, and then make my trade right there. And it may actually now come and break out even. So for now, I'm gonna look for this. In fact, I'll have my sell limits. Let me have my sell limits put on those two levels. 0.02. First one right there. Second one right here in that fair value gap. And that's how I'll be entering this sell on V75. Alright, I think that's it for me on this asset. Let me now head over to Jump 50. So this one, continue to look for the stop losses of the early buyers. Yeah, and it took us out. Even us who are in VIP, it took us out because we are waiting for our entries right here. Gave us an entry, but then brought this long candle and it continued. We tested right there, continued, and then it came to that fair value gap, which was on H4. So clearly grab that liquidity. It was a liquidity sweep on H4 right there, but then we had other levels that we wanted price to react to, but according to what we can see on CCI, it's not going to do that. It's actually going to use that, not that. So we can take out this and that and delete everything right here. Delete, and now let's clear the chart and have it clean. So this was a pullback. Still, there is low momentum. Oh, you guys can remember that we entered that trade. It played around for like about 4-5 hours, not deciding, not hitting our stop loss, just but up around there. But later on, it came and took us out. So right where we are, this is like a change of character right there on H1 as we speak right there. So if we have that there, delete that. If we have that there, then I can easily use this and use this. Let me change the narrative here. Use this use that and use this. Use this right there, and that's what I'm using currently. So clearly price is gonna be going up there, we know that for sure. But then remember, at the end of the day, we'll be looking for this move right there. That's what we'll be looking at. That's what we'll be looking at. It will be taking us all the way up there, right there. If I can remove that, you can see we had it's like a resistance on top right there. That's where price will be heading, bringing us back, and then we can start to think of sells from then. So daily is showing us sells, but we still want buys according to H4, so that's what we'll be focusing on. H1 is already giving us that we are oversold, meaning we need buys. M15 on the other hand, buys have already started but with low momentum, so this asset is a no-go for me to make any entries, so I will just leave it for now. If it gives me a sniper entry, if it makes a pullback down below, then I can enter it and put my stop loss below this low right here. Put my stop loss below here. But now I can't enter it until probably it gives me that change of character, then it makes a pullback, then I can enter it. But until then, I don't have an entry, but I know price is gonna go there first and then later on give us that breakout to continue to all the way up there until we can start selling again this asset. All right, I think that's it. That's it on jump 50. Let's head over to jump 25. We have about 12 minutes to close today's analysis, so let's go to jump 25. Please someone check on boom 500 and boom 1000. I don't want us to miss an entry. I don't want us to miss an entry. So jump 25, let's first check it out. And clearly you can see what I was talking about. So if we had decided to enter here, we would have been taken out, and clearly that's what happened. That is a fake breakout right there. But now I don't want to follow it, because if I go to M5, things change right there. Actually, this is M15. This would be a flag right there. This would be a flag right there, and this clearly will tell me that I need this move to first see it before I can think of sells, and that's where it is coming right there. And remember, I told you we can anticipate a fake breakout to grab liquidity of the early sellers or the stop losses of the early sellers, and that's what it is going to do right there. It knows that you're looking at entering your sells when price reacts to that trend line, and now they are going to take you out if you had entered sells and put your stop losses about there. So they are going to first take those stop losses and then later on come with a sell. So check this out, it's no longer valid. That's the importance of patience, waiting patiently for something that you want to see. Boom 500, the same thing. Clearly you can see the same thing. It's what happened right there. And now let's see, I think we can enter. Yeah, I can enter my sells and put my stop loss above where, let me see, H1 I'm buying, M15 I'm selling, H4 I'm selling, so I'm gonna sell. So I will put my stop loss above there. So here I'm entering my sell 0.5. and I'll put my stop loss. This is very near for these guys to look for a liquidity pool, so I'll put it above here. Yeah, and I'll be looking for my profit. Profit level will be about here, will be about there. So that's roughly 1 to 5 that I'm looking at. 1 to 5 as my profit. Alright, so that's it on Boom 500. We've locked in our entry, and now we wait for what comes through. Alright, so jump 25. Let's wrap up this. Jump 25, weekly. That is a sell there that we need. It was a fake breakout right there. In fact, we may not call it a fake breakout. We may actually change where we put our trend, but it's not yet closed yet, so we can't. So we can keep with what we have. Daily, it's oversold, meaning it's looking for buys. Though it's weird because on the weekly we are looking for sells. H4 we are looking for sells, and clearly that would be our sniper entry right there. But before I go to that as a sniper entry to look for that, let me first see. This doesn't make sense. This, that, this and this, they don't make sense. First delete them. Alright, so I can go back to H1, delete that. This was a move, reach there, then pull back, then sell. Are we ready to sell it on H1? I'm not sure yet, so let's understand what we have. Let's understand what we have. This is H1. This is H1. What happened? Clearly, according to H4, we are still in an uptrend. We haven't seen any change of character yet to actually start selling. According to H1, still the same thing. We are still in an uptrend. We haven't seen any change of character to start selling. M15, on the other hand, it is the same thing. Even though we saw it right here as a change of character, but then it gave us the same right here. It gave us the same change of character to continue buying. So it's still, we are still in an uptrend in as far as the trend is concerned. Just a reminder, this is our previous high, and we see as if it's been taken out right there, but the momentum is still holding up. It's still low. So according to H4, remember we are having a signal to sell on CCI, which is overbought, but we need it to be matched or to be aligned with the price action. So price action hasn't aligned with the sell signal that we got on CCI, so we wait. That means we wait. So this is a no-go for us right here. Is a no-go for us, whether buying or selling. Why? Because with the buys you have a low momentum, and clearly M15 and H4, they are giving us that signal on CCI of overbought, meaning we should be looking for sells. So if we don't get something to confirm that the sales have started probably on M5, and we get a change of character to sell, then we have nothing to look at. So this is a no-go for us. No waste of time right here. Let's go to our last asset and we call it a day. Boom. Jump 10. Jump 10. Pullback here. This is what we wanted yesterday. Those who remember yesterday's analysis, we wanted the pullback. First write the name. Jump 10, so that I don't confuse you guys. So yesterday, this was the analysis. We had this as a pattern, and we knew that it was going to break out. So it broke out, but then we wanted a retest after that, a retest so that we can continue buying it. So the retest happened this morning. The first retest happened yesterday on that fair value gap, but it was not enough. Where we wanted it to react from has happened today. This is the level right there, that fair value gap. So all this can now be taken out. All that can now be taken out, and we remain with that. So go to H1, look at that, delete that. That was a pullback there, and now somehow we are in some sort of a channel. Is it a channel? Let's look at it closely, and we anticipate what is going to happen. Is this the right way? Let's use this and that. This is the right thing right here, right there. So if we go to H4, this is what I see. This was a liquidity sweep. So price is coming right here and then continue with a sell. So all we know is that price is gonna come for that right there, right there. That's where it's coming to, but it has to first come down. So according to M15, we are still selling. We may sell even and go all the way down below right here. So we just have to hold. We just have to not get back here. It's gonna come around here and then continue with a buy. It may not even come all the way down below. According to the pattern we have, it may not even go all the way down below. So let's go to M5. Look at that. M5 is still selling, and it is also in a channel. This is crazy. It's also in a channel. It is also in a channel. Some reason right there, selling in a channel. So this is the move that will later come through, but as of now I can easily delete that. Don't need it. All we need is on M15 to give us an entry. This was a fair value gap. If we use FIB, we clearly know that is a retracement level, and clearly that is it. So an entry here would mean that we are continuing with the buy on H1. But is it the right time to make an entry? It's very weird. According to H4, we need that pullback so that we can sell later. So daily, the buy, the pullback hasn't happened according to daily. So we need a sell to bring the pullback on the daily. Alright. So that is it. So I need a confirmation of the buy. We are still selling according to M5. So I need a change of character on M5, or to be on M5, because M1 is already going to give me a change of character right here to continue buying. So I will wait on M5, and then I can use that to make an entry to take me where? To take me right up there. That is how we will be entering. But remember, this was a fair value gap right here, and clearly we've seen that is where our point of interest in as far as retest according to Fibonacci is concerned. So we wait. We are going to enter. We are going to make this buy today. we are likely to make this buy today to take us right up there. All right, I think that's it for today. Let's do a recap and we call it a day. Let's do a recap and we call it a day. Please, a reminder that if you want to learn on how I analyze, to learn how to trade, how to analyze, how to do all that, you can contact me on that number and we look at how you can enroll for May mentorship class and get to learn how to trade and be part of the mentorship program that we have. So Crash 500, still slow, so no rush for it. This boom 1000, you can clearly see this is what was happening and it's still moving. It's gonna go there, so I will wait for my entries right about there. So wait. Still boom 500, it has continued with the buy. I wonder why, so let's wait and see. So we are in a floating loss currently. We are in a floating loss currently. H1 is saying we need to continue with the buy, but yet H4 and M15 we are looking for sells. So let's wait and see. Let's wait and see what is going to happen on what we have. According to our analysis, we should be entering sells, not buys. Buys should come in later, according to H4. Daily we wanted that retest that happened, so the buy should be on, but H4 hasn't given us an entry yet. We may have messed up some reason or another. Let's wait and see. According to what I've seen on H, this was a change of character right here. This was a change of character right there. This was a pullback to the change of character right here. So the move I'm looking for has already happened, this move, and somehow I missed it. Yes, this was the move right here to react back to the change of character. Then why do I have this arrow right here? What is it looking for? According to H1, it should be looking for a pullback. This was a change of character right there. There is a fair value gap right here. I don't see it coming back. I don't see it coming back. I don't see it coming back. Anyways, let's wait. If it happens to break out on that level, then the buy is going to continue. Why? Because on H4, that was a pullback that we were waiting for to actually start the buys on daily time frame to go and give us a pullback. Even though we know that sells are still stronger than the buys according to weekly, but daily we need a pullback to such levels, right here. Yeah, that is a fair value gap right here that we need price to react to according to the daily time frame. So according on boom 500, that sell that we are in currently, if it fails to give us this move that we anticipated right here to bring us right here to that fair value gap, then it will break out and it will not even see through these. It will continue. It will have gotten enough momentum from this consolidation, this short consolidation right here. All right, I think that's it. I will hold my trade. I don't normally love adjusting stop losses. I will remain with my stop loss right there and hold it. All right, V25S, let's look at it. We need there or here, there's a fair value gap below that order block, so it either goes up there, or it fails and actually returns and gives us a change of character. So that's the three options that we have on entering this asset. V75, my limit orders were activated. Let me see. Yes, both my limit orders were activated, and currently I'm in profits on V75. Those who remember, those were the limit orders. Pullback, that was a pullback up there, and then entry on those levels, and that's what happened. And clearly I'm in profits. I don't know if you followed it and put those limit orders on V75. So clearly already this will be mitigating the loss, the floating loss already on Boom 500. I don't know if you guys did that. All right, so that is V75. Jump 50, that has started to happen right there. So we need a pullback after the change of character right here. So we will wait for the pullback. If it happens, then we make an entry. If it fails to happen, then we wait for the breakout there on H4, breakout, then entry to continue with the buy all the way up. Because from what I've seen, we may not see this retest to grab liquidity on these points of interest that it left back. So I can easily delete that now. Jump 25. Jump 25, it's a no-go. We need to have clarity on the trend. Currently we are still in a buy trend, so until we see like a change of character on M15 or M5, then we are not selling yet. We are still in a buy trend. Jump 10, we missed that entry right there to sell it all the way down. Now we need an entry. Now that it has tested this fair value gap, we need an entry to actually enter buys to take us all the way up. Price may react on this point of interest, or it may also go all the way back to this trend line or to this fair value gap, which may now become a support to actually give us an entry to continue with the buy later on. But for now, we have no entry where we are. The entry can only come if we happen to see a change of character on this level, or when it comes all the way back down below. I think that's it for today. Hope you guys had a great time. I hope you can monitor the trades properly. Remember Boom 500, we've put our stop loss right there. So I'm risking about $9.5. Of course, with a spike, it can take about $11 or $12. So I'm still within my risk tolerance. If you've already exceeded your risk tolerance, then you need to adjust your stop loss, bring it a bit closer so that you don't lose what you can't afford to lose. The risk tolerance is what you can afford to lose according to your account. So my risk tolerance is quite big. This is just a portion. $9 is just a portion. I can choose to put it above there, but I put my stop loss according to my analysis, not according to my risk tolerance most of the times. But if you have a small account, you can put your stop loss according to your risk tolerance, not according to the analysis. So here I'm following the analysis and I'm putting it right there, but still it is smaller than what I can afford to lose. So you have to check that. All right, so we wait I think we will be waiting for also boom 1000 to give us an entry, and then we enter that sell. But as of now, it's still a no-go for us. Let me wish you guys a good day. Happy trading day. Today at 1 I'll be doing a BTC. It's a Tuesday, so BTC analysis at 1, and I will look at how to make money on BTC. Those who follow BTC a lot, I'll be waiting for you guys. Let me wish you guys a good day. Happy trading day. See you tomorrow.